know my friends are really undervalued.
Got
They
it.
know that. And but they know that.
Got it.
Everybody is new. Everybody is old not in age, but everybody has been my tenant for a while. The one that has been that is the newest tenant is maybe 3.5 years.
Okay.
I do have one that I sent her a 60-day notice
Uh-oh.
because she has been late several times.
Uh-huh.
And you only have so many grandmas that died. You only have so many times that you couldn't pay on time.
Yeah.
You only have so many dogs, that died or something, whatever that is. And I can only buy that excuse.
Yeah.
What happens kind of often is then not only that I gave her a chance because she's in the hospital or whatever, and I took the benefit out. But then when there's excuses, or she says, "Oh, I deposited your money," and it is not there, and then the rent, you cannot pay any later than the third because after the third, I charge late charges,
Mm-hmm.
and then she finally deposits on the sixth or the eighth. She absolutely has to.
Uh-huh.
She refused. She wasn't strong enough to tell me, I don't have, or let me pay it in repayment or something. But I left her message. I made a phone call. And she cannot respond. And she cannot answer the phone.
Ah.
And I have let her know that we have to have communication. So, okay, all right. So then you know what? I'm going to take you out.
Yeah.
I didn't tell her to send her the notice this month, on the first.
Got it. Okay.
So
Got
that's
it.
the only one.
Yeah. What's the
Because I don't need somebody like that.
Absolutely.
She just bothers me every other month, because she doesn't, because I call her for, and she doesn't respond, or I send her a message, call me, I need to talk to you, and she doesn't. So then I don't want to be bothered with her.
Yeah.
I'd rather have that place vacant
Mm-hmm.
than aggravation with somebody like that. Big deal.
Got it.
Really big deal. So anyway, other than that, everybody's great.
That's awesome.
I don't want to lose the good tenant.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Really, I don't want to lose the good tenant.
Got it. Okay.
So that's the reason why I trust the guy that has represented me in purchases and in sales
Uh-huh.
in San Diego. I have somebody that I really like, that I trust, that whenever I need him, he is there. Like, for example, I said, Rob, I'm going to give a 60-day notice to so-and-so, blah, 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 and what do you need me to do?
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay, I'm going to send you a copy of the 60-day notice, and I need you to please post it. And this is in Lakeside. So he goes and he posts it, and he takes a picture, and he sends it to me. So you see what I'm saying? So I have to have some loyalty. But now, of course, if I sell something on my own, I have to pay him. If I sell something to you, he doesn't need to get involved.
Yeah. And who is this guy? He's a realtor, you said? Or I lost you there for a second.
No, yeah. No, of course, he's a realtor.
Got it. Okay.
Century 21, yeah.
Got it. Okay.
And, I've known him for years.
Yeah.
For years.
Yeah. I got
I
you.
let my license go a long time ago.
Got it.
But I was never dormant.
Yeah.
I was active.
Absolutely.
I was active, not trying to make a commission, of course, because I let my license go. But I did buy and I did sell.
Mm-hmm.
something that I got.
Got
Of
it.
course, I used to have a lot more properties than I do now, and so anyway, I did that.
Got it. Okay.
So now, will I sell? Yes, yes, yes. Definitely, I could sell everything,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not going to be stupid to give everybody notice, list everything, and perhaps things don't sell,
Uh-huh.
and and then I don't make any money
Yeah,
for months and months and months.
exactly.
I don't want to do that.
Yep.
I will continue to be able to eat, of course.
Yep.
I have no debt.
Yep.
I have zero debt.
Mm-hmm.
So if it was just one property that I have to have vacant, it's not a tragedy. But I don't want to have them all.
Yeah.
Really, it will be a lot better if I can sell them
Uh-huh.
without having to disturb the tenant.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Well, I think based on what you're saying, Anna, I think I might be able to help you out here and be an easy button for you. And so let me explain what I'm thinking. And once again, I don't even know any of your properties yet, but based on what you're saying, I think one way that I can help and be a resource for you. And if it makes sense for you, great, let's do it. If not, no problem at all. I still love you. I still have great conversations with you. So as an investor, I mean, you're an investor yourself. You have multiple properties, right? The way I'm looking at this is I may be able to help you in a way where I can help find local investors in San Diego and wholesale these properties for you one at a time without sending out an alarm to any of your tenants. So in that way you do it one at a time and it doesn't put you at risk like it would be if you were to put it on the market. Question for you before I keep going. And you probably know this already, but I just want to ask, like, as far as like wholesaling goes, do you know what that is? Is that something that I need to explain?
No, I know what wholesaling is.
Exactly. Okay. So if you know what that is, I can definitely do that because I've got a huge network of investors in San Diego, and I'm not going to be like a realtor where I'm going to take, $50,000, $60,000 of all of these deals. I don't mind making just a small amount. And what I can do is instead of you having to negotiate with each one of these investors for each one of those properties, I can do that for you. Right. And I take a small fee on top. Now that small fee is going to come off the buyer, not going to come off of you. Right. So it doesn't cost you anything. Buyers would still pay, all the closing costs, no realtor fees. They know they're going to have to take it as is. They know most of these properties they're going to have to take the tenants or whatnot. We can always negotiate that. But right now, the way I'm seeing it, just based on the little conversation we've had so far today, I think that's one way that I can be an easy button for you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so your buyer will pay your commission.
That's right.
Okay. Well, it all depends on the sales price.
Of course. Absolutely. And that's something that you and I, before I even market it to let's just say this one property that's going to go one. If we were to do this, right, then you and I will go, okay, this is how much I'm willing to let it go, right? You and I, and then I will underwrite it as if I'm the buyer, as if I'm the end buyer. And I would say, Anna, in order for this to move, we're probably going to need to be within this price range. And I'll always give you reasons why, the comps and everything, and just say, hey, here's the reasons why, right? If someone were to flip it, this is how much money they're going to make. If they were to buy and hold it, this is where they're going to make their money. At the end of the day, in order for us to move the property, there's got to be a reason for the investor to buy it, right? And so I will come.
I understand.
Yep. And I will do all the homework and I will do all of that. And I'll come back to you and go, this is where we need to land. Where is your price? That's your price. Okay. Why don't we start somewhere like in the middle, and then let's just go ahead and pump it out to the market and see what type of feedback we get. Right. So in that way, I'm full transparent with you at all times. You're full transparent with me at all times. And then let's hit the sweet spot. And if I'm able to move a property for you without alarming everyone else's, well, with this one, it won't matter because it's vacant. It will be vacant. And you don't have to pay the realtor fees. I think it's a win-win situation for you. It doesn't put you in any bad spot at all.
Uh-huh. Well, that is definitely a possibility. Definitely a possibility. So, tell me something. How will you be advertising this property?
Yeah, great question. So if we were to get an agreement for one of the properties, I would advertise it only on the partners that I've done business with in the past. So I've got good relationships with them, right? Also, two, I would put it on. I don't know if have you ever heard of Investor Lift, but that's just a platform where investors go. So I will do that. And as far as our process goes, it's very simple, right? We say, hey, here's a property. It's an off-market deal. Do you want to walk it? If they want to walk it, then that's great. And by the way, I just did a deal in Alabama. I know it's not California, but it's Birmingham, Alabama. They had tenants in there, and I always coordinated with the seller, with the tenant, and people were walking it. And the people that were walking it, they were walking it as appraisers. None of my local investors walked in there as an investor looking to buy.
Yeah, I've done that many times.
Yeah, exactly, right? So there's ways to go about it where it doesn't alarm the tenants, right? And then
That's of course, Cesar. You can only send so many appraisers.
Of course. So we were very strategic about it. It's not like here's one and then here's another one 2 days later and here's another one 3 days later. You know what I mean? So yeah, so we'll definitely be strategic about it, because at the end of the day, I know your main goal. Your main goal is, yes, you do want to sell if it's the right price, and secondly, if it's it doesn't alarm the tenants, because you don't want to be, SOL, so to speak, and not sell and not have a tenant, right? So I can I can, like I said, I can thread lightly there to make sure that you don't lose out.
Right.
Yeah. But for example, on this one, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry, say that again?
No. I was going to say something. But if you want, since you have this tenant that you're evicting that will be gone in the next 60 days, we can start off of this one so you can see how I can perform, and then we can go from there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that, right? By the way, what is the address that you're looking to sell, the one that's going to be vacant?
Notice.
A 60-day notice. Okay.
Yes. The address is 1.
Okay, in Lakeside. All right, give me 1 second. And how?
Yeah, 92040.
Okay. And how much are you looking to get for it? Okay. So you haven't done your homework yet on that end as well. Okay.
No, I really don't know. Actually, I don't know how much any of the properties are.
Got it. Okay. Have you seen, how long has the tenant been there?
Probably 3 years.
3 years. Okay. And I'm assuming you haven't seen current condition.
No. I have not been in San Diego in that amount of time.
Got it. Okay. If you were to take a wild guess, would you say it's good condition or?
Before she moved in, of course, I painted it. I put new floors, laminate floors. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo with washer and dryer in the unit and fireplace.
Okay.
And it's in the bottom floor.
Okay.
And it has a patio. And I said 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, right?
Yep. You did say that. Yep.
And I put a new kitchen, new paint, and new floors, like I said.
New floors. That was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
They're hardwood floors or are they carpeted? You said floors, right?
I'm sorry?
You said you put hardwood floors instead of carpet, so there's no carpets there?
Laminate. Yeah.
Laminates. Okay.
There's no carpet.
Got it. Okay. How much is your HOA over there?
The HOA is, right now, I believe that we have a little assessment, and including the assessment, it's $568.
$568 per month is your HOA?
Yes.
Got it. Okay. And you own this property outright, correct? Or do you still have a mortgage on it?
Yeah. All the properties are free and clear.
Got it. Okay. And how much were you renting it out for?
Her rent is $21.75.
$21.75. Got it. Okay. Were you using a property manager for that, by the way, since you're all the way out in Florida, or?
No, I don't have any property managers. I manage everything from here because, like I said, nobody gives me a hard time.
That's right.
With this idiot.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. All right. We don't have any pictures of it. Okay. And I know you said that you rent them under market, right?
Yeah.
Do you know, just curious, how much that place would go for if you were to, whoever the end buyer is, if they were to fix it up? And
don't know.
You don't know? Okay.
No. I think I raised the rent within a year, and I raised it to her to see if the idiot will kind of wake up and decide to be more normal.
Yeah.
So, and I think I raised the rent 200 or something like that. And I said, if this is too much, please feel free to move out.
Mm-hmm.
I really wanted her out.
Yeah. Got it. Okay.
Everybody else, I really don't take their rent because.
Yeah.
Everybody's good.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I would love to. Well, let me ask you this. I mean, if we were to do this, is this something that you want to do once she's gone, or do you want to try to find a buyer now before she's gone?
Oh, I would sell it tomorrow.
Sell it tomorrow. Let's get it going, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to hear from her. I don't want to have problems.
Yeah. Now, are
I
you?
don't need to have problems.
Yep. Understand. Do you know if because it would be great if I at least have some type of pictures.
Do I have pictures?
Of
I
the
don't know. I have to look for them. If I do, I will send them to you, or will try to find them.
yeah.
I probably took pictures of them when when she moved in.
Uh-huh.
I assume because I have fixed it up.
Yeah. I see. Okay, I'm looking at some of the properties in the area. 2.5, 460.
In that complex, in the complex.
Within that neighborhood of yours. Let's see.
Well,
12650.
it's it's a big complex.
Yep.
It's big, and but you should be able to find some.
Yeah, I found one, unit 151, got sold for 460, but it got sold last year. Do you remember the square footage of your house? Is it 884?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Is your square footage 884?
I don't know. I really don't. I think that all the two bedrooms are the same size.
They're about the same, right? Okay, that's what I thought. It's showing on here as 884. I always like to ask the owners just because like a lot of times Zillow and all these other platforms can be wrong. So I just asked just in case you knew. Well, let me ask you this. I mean, how quickly would you want to sell this property for?
Like I said, I don't know what the comps are, so I have no idea.
Oh no, I was asking how quickly would you want to sell it for if you were?
Oh, how quickly? I'm sorry, how quickly? Like I said, I would sell it tomorrow.
As quickly as possible, right? Got it.
Yeah, I mean, really, nothing is holding me to not selling.
Yeah. I'm looking at the comps in the area. I think everything's going at around like 460 range is where it's going, anywhere from 430 to 460. So like I mentioned earlier to you, Anna, like I would underwrite it if I'm the end buyer, right? Like if I'm the end buyer, do I want to buy and hold it, or do I want to do a quick flip, like fix it a little bit, put in, $40,000 in there and then put it on the market, right? If I were to do that, and feel free to agree or disagree with me because you've got more experience than me, years wise, if you were to put it on the market, you'd probably want to undercut everyone else so that your property can sell quicker, right? Like if you're the end buyer. And so,
yeah.
So I'm looking at it, if everything is running anywhere from 430 to 460, then I probably want to, after I fix it, I probably want to put it on the market at 420. So in that way, mine can go quicker. It'll get more attention. It'll get more feedback, right? And then get some.
I don't think. I mean, I haven't been to the property. I haven't been there for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it's never going to be as clean as it was when she moved in.
Yep.
Needless to say.
Yep.
I believe that I also removed the popcorn.
You did? Okay. So that was going to be my other question. So that's good. Okay.
Right. I know I did. I think, yeah, I did replace the 2 sliding glass doors. There's one glass door off of the living room and another one off of the master.
Uh-huh.
So I know that I replaced those 2.
Mm-hmm.
So and knowing that it's never going to be as clean as it was as when she moved in, because it doesn't matter how clean your tenants are. They very often tell you, you see, when we move out, this place is going to look better than when we moved in.
Mm-hmm.
That's not true. It never happens.
No, it never happens. No, it doesn't.
It never happens. No, there's not such a thing.
Yeah.
And so, of course, you have to clean. You have to maybe change some light fixtures, I assume,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, something. I don't think that you need to put $40,000 worth of anything.
No. I was just giving an example. Like if I were to walk in, because right now I live in the Bay Area and we live in a condo, right? And so I'm looking at some of the properties that are being sold. Like you're probably right. There's not a lot of things that needs to be done, but to modernize it and get it done, I would say to get it rent ready, it's probably going to cost anywhere from 15 to 25 at the absolute maximum just to get it rent ready. If I were to flip it, right, and put it on the market, then I'm probably going to put in anywhere from 25 to 40,000. Those are kind of just like the range that I'm working with. Would you agree or would you disagree on that?
Ether,
Yes.
the place could be completely demolished because I don't know how the woman lived. I rented it and then I came here. So I don't know. She's a younger girl, and it was for her mother. No, it was for her and her brother.
Uh-huh.
But because she wasn't employed very long, I asked her mother to co-sign, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just in case she didn't pay the rent, I can get a hold of the mother, But if the woman did not demolish the place, if there are no holes in the wall, and everything is pretty much in working condition, let's say the house is filthy, but has to be cleaned up professionally, and it has to be painted, of course.
Yep.
And maybe you need to put a new refrigerator and a new stove and dishwasher because she's such a pig that you don't even want to clean the refrigerator, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna spend $15,000 doing that.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, no, you're right. So what do you think? What range do you think would be for the rehab cost? Just based on, obviously it's a lot of assumption right now. We don't have pictures, but based on how you just described it, what do you think would be a good rehab cost there then?
And you say that the other properties have sold for what?
Around 469.
So then let's say I'll take 415.
415. Got it. Okay. So let's take a look at it. Let's run some numbers here. Yeah, because all I'm doing right now is I'm just reverse engineering it, right? I'm just throwing it in my calculator.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. So here's how I'm going to look at it from 2 points of views, right? Because at the end of the day, there's going to be 2 different buyers out there. There's a buy and hold kind of person like yourself, right? And then there's a fixer flipper out there, right? And so I'm going to run both of these. Let's look at it from a flip side first, and then let's look at it from a from a buy and hold. Okay. And by the way, I'm not trying to come up with a number here. I'm just trying to explain to you how the numbers are working. So let's assume for a second that we can sell that property for 460 once it is fixed, right? If the end buyer is a flipper and they can sell it for 460, then that end buyer will look at, well, I have to back in my closing costs and then also all my carrying costs between now and when I sell the property. Okay. And from 460, closing costs is about 7%. Holding cost, when I say closing costs, that includes realtor fees, okay? Because they're going to be selling that. And then holding costs, so any carrying costs that they have. So when I look at the 7 and 5%, that's 12%. So 12% of 460, that's at obviously over 46,000, right? Because 10% would be 46. So I got to back in 46,000 from that 460. And like I said, based on just your square footage, and this is me overestimating because we don't have the pictures yet, right? Like if I have the pictures, I can see, then I can get pretty close to what the rehab costs. But based on what you're saying and with no pictures, based on that square footage, 884 for a full rehab, since we're in California, that's going to cost anywhere from 50 to $70,000 just for that square footage. Okay. So I got to back in another, let's just say in the middle, 50 to 70, let's just say 60,000. So from 460 minus 60,000, that's 400 minus the 46, that would be 354. So if I were to market that place at 415,000, no fix and flip guy is going to talk to me, right? Because they're going to go, Caesar, if I pay for it, yeah,
415.
Yeah, 415. If they were to buy that property at, forget them, for example, let's just talk about me. Let's say I'm the end buyer, right? If I'm a fix and flip kind of guy, there's no way I would buy that at 415,000 because if I buy it at 415, I'm already negative $70,000. Because I got to back in all that cost into that 460. So that 415 wouldn't work on a flip. So now let's look at it as what if I'm a buy and hold kind of guy, right? So I got to look at it and go, okay, so it's not going to cost me 60,000 to get it rent ready, but I can probably run with it with 15, 20. But like you said, based on the history of this tenant of yours, I would probably put in $30,000 to get it rent ready. Just to get it rent ready, right? I'm not trying to put it on the market for maximum value. I'll put it rent ready on there. So if I were to buy that property as a buy and hold at 415, I'm looking at $30,000 worth of repairs. My all in after holding costs and everything else would be 460. And then the rent rate would be what, 2,300 you said, or 2,175. So we can probably raise it up to 2,250. Then I can probably get it at that would be like 0.5%, like 0.48%. So half of the 1% rule as far as rent rate goes. And knowing California, you never really get 1%, right? So the 415 might work, but really, realistically, I'm probably looking at the sweet spot would probably, and I'm going to give you a wide range because once again, I don't have pictures of the property. I'm thinking based on what I'm seeing online right now, the sweet spot's probably going to be between 350 to 390. And once again, it's a big range because I don't have pictures of the property. If it's in really bad shape, it'll be 350. If it's in a okay shape, we can probably run with it at 380, 390. That's where I think where the sweet spot would be. If I were the end buyer, that's where I would come in.
Okay. I'm hoping, like I said, that it will be just dirty.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so then if it is dirty, it may be replaced appliances. It may be the light fixtures, meaning in the bathrooms, are not good. You know, they're rusted or they're, you know, whatever. And it's easier to put a brand new cheapy one than cleaning. You're going to have to spend
that much.
$30,000.
Yeah,
sure.
Absolutely. And
Like I said,
and then all of a sudden it changes, right? The numbers change. And so that's what I'm saying. I'm like just giving a wide range. I'm not saying that 415 is completely out of the picture. I'm just letting you know, just based on the conversation that we have, based on the comps that I'm seeing, it's probably going to be around the number that the range that I said. But you're right. If the place looks great still and we get in front of a buy and hold kind of guy or kind of gal, then yeah, 415 might work. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, since we're giving this a shot for this one particular property, I wouldn't mind doing an agreement with you at 415 for like 30 days. I can try to find you a buyer for the next 30 days. And then from there, I can go, okay, hey, here's what all the investors are saying. We're good to go. I found one. We're ready to close at 415. Or I go, hey, here's all of the buyers that I talked to. I've emailed X amount, I've texted Y amount, I've called, you know, Z amount of investors, and everyone's coming in this range. And then at that point, then you have a decision to make. It's like, okay, we'll take the best deal or we don't. You know what I mean? Like no harm, no foul. Worst case scenario, we rip the contract and you go ahead and fix it yourself and find another renter. You know what I mean? Best case scenario, I get you your price. Or if it's a little bit less, you're still happy walking away with six figures that you're like, okay, I don't have to worry. You know, I have one less toilet, one less tenant to worry about.
So, Stephen, if, you know, you already know what I would be willing to do. Again, this is just hypothetical because I haven't seen the property. You haven't seen the property.
Yeah.
And even if I had pictures, the pictures wouldn't mean anything because really we don't know.
Because that would be 3 years ago. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Is there any way we can get in there now?
We don't know.
Do you think we can get it? I mean, I know you just kind of slapped her with the eviction notice, so she probably won't let us in.
No, because she doesn't return phone calls. She doesn't answer. She doesn't return messages. She doesn't pick up the phone.
Yep.
And it's not now that I gave her the 60-day notice. Is even before. The reason why I'm giving her the 60-day notice is because I don't want her to do that anymore. So I gave her the opportunity, and I told her that I cannot deal with a tenant that doesn't communicate.
Yep.
So, like, you know, a month and a half ago or two, I don't remember,
Mm-hmm.
she sent me a text saying that there was a leak
Mm-hmm.
coming from the condo, and the leak, so the roof had a bubble in the bathroom. So I contacted the owners upstairs, and it took him a couple of days for her to answer the door for the people upstairs to go see what it was. He stopped using the toilet. It happened with the toilet. So he stopped using the toilet because I told him what's happening, and then I sent him the pictures. But so I still haven't spoken to the woman. And so they are opening the door to the guy upstairs. And the guy, you know, wanted to communicate with her to say, I'm not going to use the toilet for a while. Let me know if it continues to leak.
Yep.
So yeah, it was the tank that was leaking.
Got it. Okay.
So now, you know, the guy, I said, I need you to fix it. So he has been answering, complying, and, you know, fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't want property. You know, what is the condition of my property? I didn't want to say that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No, I completely understand. So, Anna, let me ask you this then.
what is the ideal solution for you right now? Like, obviously you have this tenant there, right? Like, what is the ideal scenario for you?
My ideal scenario is that she moves out, is that I don't have to evict her because it's an expense. I knew that I couldn't tell her that I was going to put it up for sale, because if I said that, so then I would have had to give her relocation money.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, yeah.
And I didn't want to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
So I just said, I need to have the fact. I didn't tell her why.
Got it. Okay.
I didn't tell her why.
Got it. Okay.
And that, that's what it is. So I am hoping that by giving her, the 60 days, she will find something and she moves out and never have to use her or deal with her again. And the ideal will be that. So if she was not there and there's something broken, it will fix it. And of course, I will put it up for sale immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to wait for anything.
Yeah, yeah. But if you can see,
that is the situation.
got it. Okay.
So, with another tenant in another condo in El Cajon, I spoke to her this week, and I asked her if she wants to buy the condo. She said she would love to.
The one that we're talking about?
No, somebody else.
Oh, okay.
No, somebody else. Another one. So I said, well, if you want to buy it, then you can send me, put you in contact with a lender. And I know that when she came to me, she was going through a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
She told me that she didn't think that her credit is so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Because she inherited a lot of credit card debt.
Yeah.
When she got divorced.
Mm-hmm.
And this is about 3.5, 4 years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And if I take sale to her, I would love to sell to her. And if I need to lend her some money to, for the down payment or something like that, I don't mind.
Yeah.
If I could make it work, we can be
Mm-hmm.
creative.
Yep.
And that will be a good deed. That will be a very good deed that I help her buy a place that she would love to. She would love to buy.
That is awesome.
Because she doesn't want to.
You're such a great person. I love it. Yeah, absolutely. That's amazing. I think I told you that before when, like just my past experience. So you're an amazing landlord. Well, let me ask you, I would love to work on this one particular deal of yours out in Lakeside. I can discuss with you what next steps are, and then let me know what your thoughts are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You know what it is? You know what I think it looks realistic to me?
Mm-hmm.
I really don't think that you need to put $60,000-$70,000 into this property. I don't believe so. It's too small. There's really nothing much. You don't have to put in a roof. You don't have to fix the foundation.
Yeah.
I know that. So.
Well, I'm just like I said, I'm just overestimating just because I don't have the pictures, right? If I have picture, then I can be like, okay, well, that's only going to cost me 15, or that's only going to cost the end buyer 15,000. Okay. So that's all. Just
that girl. There's that girl calling me.
Oh.
The one that she said that she would love to buy it.
Oh, okay.
So let me let me pick up the phone and we'll continue.
Yeah, call me back. Absolutely. Call me back, Anna. Bye-bye.
Okay, thanks.
All right, guys, that's usually not the typical phone call that I do with sellers. But sometimes you gotta be flexible. Don't do that too often. But there are times when I do. All right, guys, I think I'm going to end it on this. I'll definitely keep you guys posted on this, see if I get it under contract. But yeah, but once again, it's not a typical call. That's probably 1 in 100 calls that I would make where I would go off the script, not necessarily script, but off tangent from what we usually do, which is how much you're looking to get for it. You're looking to sell, how much you're looking to get for it, tell me what you got going on. So yeah, let's see if this would work out. I'll keep you guys posted.